leaving Cowboy Camp. This pump works great. You gotta prime it, pump it a few times, and it ends up coming out clear. I ended up camping actually right here, right on this dirt patch in front of the pump. It was like the only clean, somewhat bug-free area, because all over here, and then all over here was like these spiders, these like night spiders, just crawling around. I don't know, it was very odd. And then I went further back and there was spider webs and all sorts of, just a ton of spiders everywhere. In hindsight, I don't know if the dirt patch was the best idea, because packing up, like my my tent got super dusty and dirty. I was trying to pack it in the tent because of condensation. But overall, this was like the driest, clearest spot. If it was raining, I definitely would not have. I probably would have plopped on the grass. But I don't know, it was either spiders or dirt. That was just ridiculous, getting there that late and trying to figure out where to camp, and then getting lost. I think I told you guys last night, I ended up getting lost in there trying to figure out where to go. My feet are not doing well. My right foot seems to be okay. My left foot, damn, it's got blisters. I got blisters on my heel, like the inside of my heels on both feet. My left foot got a blister on the ball of my foot, and then my left toe, I think I got hiker toe. It's like kind of numb after doing all those damn miles. It's happened to me before, except I think it was on my right foot. Alright, so that's where I came from. The campsite's down there, probably less than 1/10 of a mile. And now we're crossing this thing, whatever this is. Cowboy Crossing. Not sure what's going on with these poles. I almost set up over there, but I'm glad I didn't. It was getting late and I was getting desperate. Got more of this sugar sand to walk through. Just kicking up sand into my shoe, causing more blisters. I can feel it, the sand's just rubbing in there. There's nothing you can do about it. I think this section of trail is the dirtiest I've felt or been. Just anywhere you go, you're getting dust kicked up, mud, dirt. It just gets in everywhere, in every crevice of your body. It's brutal. Can't wait to take a shower after this one. It's just been a lot of bugs. A lot of bugs nonstop everywhere. Probably my least favorite section, one of my least favorite sections of trail. Will not do this again. Almost missed this turn again. So, looks like we cut through now. Oh, it feels good to get off that sugar sand. A little different scenery. This changed real quick. Went from dusty sugar sand road to jungle-like swampiness. Got a boardwalk. This is cool. No water. All dry. This would have been actually a great spot to camp had I pushed a little bit further. So I'm walking along and then I just realized how damn hungry I am. So I spot a nice shady area right here. So I'll probably have a rest stop, drink some water, eat some food, and then continue. It has been real slow going this morning, because I started off in the sugar sand, which was painful enough, and now I'm walking through this shit, this all chopped up ground, right? It's like so uneven. You can easily twist an ankle, pop a knee, if you're not careful where you're stepping. Look at this spot. You see on the trees the water line? That's crazy. That's pretty high. Other than that, it's pretty damn dry and probably would make for a good campsite. So I forgot to tell you guys, I may have briefly mentioned it this morning when I was leaving camp, is last night when I was hiking, obviously I had my headlamp on, it feels like everywhere I looked, I saw this like reflection, these like little blinking reflection lights, which looked like little bugs or little insects. And then as I got closer, I noticed it was a spider. I was like, holy shit. And they were all over the place. Like the entire night while I was hiking through. They were in the dirt road, they were off in the grass. They were even at my camp. So that's why I was trying to look to see where I could park my tent without being near any of these spiders, but unfortunately they're all over the place. So I did a little bit of research, come to find out they're called wolf spiders. So their eyes reflect the light that you shine at them. But it was pretty cool, very interesting. Never would have known about that had I not hiked at night. That was pretty crazy to see. It was just a bunch of these different reflections going off everywhere. It was like a little light show in the ground. But those damn wolf spiders, oh my god, they're fucking everywhere out here. Everywhere you look. They are venomous and they look pretty mean, but apparently the venom is not like fatal for human beings. Oh, I just walked through a spider web. It could cause a little bit of irritation, but nothing, nothing of significance. Alright, so I'm leaving the Kissimmee Prairie Preserve. That's what that sign is over there. That's the boundary. And now we just walk along this, looks like a barbed wire fence. So again, we just continue down these old service roads. This has been an interesting section. You're kind of just meandering or weaving in and out near this gate or fence, but you want to make sure you do stay near it because it ends up, coming back to it. You don't want to end up going out here to the right if you're traveling southbound. Just stay near the fence and you'll end up seeing the blazes along the way. Coming up to the Starvation Slough North campsite. Let's see. There better be some left from. Oh yeah, I see some are full. Yep. Oh, saving grace right there. So I got all my stuff drying over here. Shirt, hat, tent. Just letting that air out, dry up. Here, refilling with some water. Really happy about all this. This is clutch. Thank you again, hiker boy or water boy. I think he helped us out on the section before this one too. So something to just be mindful of when you come across these water caches. While we are super thankful to have them, you do have to pay attention if they're from a well or not. So typically any water from a pitcher pump or a well is not always safe to assume that it's drinkable. So you're better off filtering it first to kind of, supposedly the soy removes 99% of bacteria, etc. before you drink it, and then you put it into clean bottles. What I did, I didn't see this at first because I was so happy there was water here. I automatically poured them into my clean bottles and then I started drinking them. And then I just happened to notice it was from a well. I was like, oh shoot. So I had to dump it back into my dirty bottle and then filter out some clean one to rinse these out, right? Because, there's still remains from the quote-unquote dirty water, even though it looks very clear. And I took a few drinks, I'm sure I'll be fine, but again, I rinsed out these two bottles with some filtered water a couple times, and then I did the full filtering process to fill these up with quote-unquote clean filtered water. So now it should be drinkable and should be somewhat safer using the soy squeeze. So, just something to be mindful of when you come across these water caches. I'm just showing you my right foot because I already put the shoe on my left foot. I was going to show you both, but they're pretty much the same. Except my right foot, it looks like it's a little bit swollen up here. It looks like something bit me or whatever. Yeah, it looks like I got a few bites. And then I got a nice little blister right there. Yeah, got blisters there, so it's been fun to deal with. But yeah, that's what you get for hiking however the hell many miles. Just left the North Slough, Starvation Slough campsite. Plenty of water there, so that was a great rest stop. Filled up, I think I have enough to get me to my car, which is about 5.7 miles away. So we closing in on the finish line for this stretch of trail, and very happy about to wrap this up because my feet are hurting so much. So the landscape changed drastically from kind of open slough to very narrow high grass. This is the Starvation Slough campsite. I was just chilling here for a little bit before the final 0.4 push to the parking lot. They got a nice little covered area, picnic table. They got a fire pit over here, another picnic table. A lot of great places to set up your tent. And I think there's more back here too. But this is it. Starvation Slough Trailhead. That was absolutely brutal. The sugar sand killed me. The uneven terrain killed me. Overall, this was, let me sit down. Just a quick recap. This was a stress test for me for backpacking. I kind of like to do this to myself every now and then just to see how I handle certain situations. I kind of wanted to go in this not as prepared, just to see, what I would do, right? So usually I prep pretty good the night before for the route. This time I didn't. I was just going to try to wing it and go with the flow and see if I can figure things out. And right off the bat, I had the wrong starting location. It was about a mile from where I thought it was. And then once I got dropped off and found out that it was not at the right location, I kind of freaked out a little bit. Another thing was my feet. I don't think I prepared correctly for my feet walking across this. Since I didn't really take a look at the route too well, I didn't realize there was so much sugar sand and so much exposure to the sun, so I really got crushed by that. Basically, it just goes down to prep. I did not prep as much. I also did not bring as much on this trip as well. I limited the amount of food. I limited luxuries, which made me really appreciate those, having those. It's just those little things that will help you when you're at camp or just along the way, because it was tough sleeping without a pillow. It was tough not having sandals to walk around in at camp, because then you had to put your stinky shoes back on. Just a few things I learned along the way here. Food I was okay with. Water I was actually okay with, because you can stretch the food. Water was tough, but it did force me to use the pitcher pumps, which I've never used before, and those were great. Those were easy to use. It did force me to walk through pain, so I learned how to kind of mentally handle that as well. You got to transport yourself to a different place there because of all these damn blisters. The heat as well, that's something you got to be mindful of too. It really takes a lot of energy out of you. I thought I could do a lot more this weekend and in one day, but I just couldn't. I was toasted. And then I ended up hiking at night, so I overcame that fear as well. I always don't like hiking at night because it's such a pain to see where you're going. And also when you get into camp, it's a lot more challenging to find a spot and set up your tent. I got lost. I got lost in this campsite, and it took me a while to figure my way to get myself back out. That was a fear I had, and decided to push myself to do that. Another section down the hatch on the Florida Trail as we continue to progress along this goal, continuing northbound, just knocking out the sections. I think I might have one more section to do before I kind of call it quits for the year, take a break, and then pick it up, maybe next year, because it is getting too damn hot out here to hike. So I'm hoping to make it to that junction where there's a decision point on whether to go down the eastern corridor or the western corridor. So we'll see. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned and see what I do next.